So we're totally in the lab right now, as you can see, and today we are showing you lab safety.
Yay.
Let's start with the basics. Whenever you're in the lab, you must wear the proper PPE.
PPE.
This means goggles, lab coats, gloves, closed-toed shoes, and no baggy clothes. You also have to refrain from wearing any jewelry, especially hanging jewelry that can get caught on anything.
Especially be careful with long hair. You don't want this to happen.
Yeah, we don't want that to happen.
Fire safety is an important thing to know when working on the lab. Jeez, it's getting a little hot in here. Well, let's start with basic equipment for fire safety, like a fire extinguisher and a fire blanket. I don't actually have either of those things, but I do have a normal blanket and a red can of Arizona tea. So that's gonna work for us. But even with those things, you can't always put out a fire with water. So we have other tactics, like a broom. This isn't really recommended, but it's what I personally use. Please be safe and don't actually use this tactic. Now, if you're wanting a straight fire haircut like me, just stand a little too close to an unattended open flame. It's gonna be great. But make sure when there's an open flame, you always have someone watching it to make sure nothing unfortunate happens. God, when did arson go out of style?
You also have to be sure to follow all of your instructions carefully. If you are confused or don't understand any of the instructions, stop what you're doing and ask your supervisor for help. As a rule of thumb, if you are ever unsure of what to do, just ask your supervisor. If you get any chemicals on your skin or in your eye, alert your supervisor immediately and go to the wash station to either wash your body or eyes for at least 15 minutes.
Next, we need to talk about what to do in case of broken glass. Like... Well, that didn't really break. In the case that it does, just inform whoever's around you, like your teacher or just whoever's in charge, and then dispose of the broken glass properly.
In this lab, we will be working with methanol, which is a very flammable substance. When working with methanol, you have to always wear PPE like glasses with side shields, impermeable gloves, and a full face respirator. We also can't have any open flames in the lab while working with methanol. And last but not least, our lab is at biosafety level 2, which means that everyone must always be wearing the appropriate PPE, lab coats, gloves, eye protection, etc. All experiments that involve aerosols that can cause infection must be performed in a biological safety cabinet. We must have a proper way to decontaminate objects for proper disposal. The lab must have functioning self-locking doors, and there must always be a readily available sink and eye wash station. We also have to have prominently displayed biohazard warning symbols.